So Scarlet and Violet has been out for about a month now. I've been contemplating on posting this deck profile. Didn't know when the exact correct time was to post it, but there's no time like the present, so thought I'd show you guys my deck right now. I've been playing the Lugia single strike deck for about a month. Pre-rotation, I didn't quite play this deck. I wasn't vibing with it. I was more so of a Lost Box player. I still am a Lost Box player. I haven't played that deck too much though this format. I've been really vibing with Lugia and I've been liking it a lot. So I'm going to show you guys my deck profile. But just to introduce you guys, my name is Eli. I go by the handle YRG on Twitch and YouTube, as well as Instagram and Twitter. So you guys can follow me on my social platforms if you guys want to get to know more of me. But this is my Lugia deck that I've been taking to locals over the past month, and I just want to show you guys what I've been working with. If you guys have any comments or like the video, feel free to share it with your friends. Feel free to like the video, leave a comment for the algorithm, as I'm going to be posting more content if you guys want to see more content like this. Yeah, without further ado, we're just going to start off with the Pokemon and go from there. So let's see, for the Pokemon, we've got 4 Lugia Vs. This is the bread and butter of the deck. Lugia V has the read the wind attack, discard a card from your hand, draw 3 cards, and then also has the arrow dive attack, 130 damage. For 4 energy, you can discard a stadium in play, so this card's the bread and butter of the deck. You need 4 of them because you've lost a lot of your search power. So then for the V-Stars, we play 3 Lugia V-Stars, 280 HP, Tempest Die for 220 for 4 colorless energy, and then you may discard a stadium play, and then it's also got the Summoning Star ability. During your turn, you may put up to 2 colorless Pokemon from your discard pile that don't have a rule box into play. So this is really good for getting out your Archeops. So 3 of those. And then we play 4 Archeops, 150 HP, Primal Turbo. Once during your turn, you may search your deck for up to 2 special energy cards and attach them to one of your Pokemon, then shuffle your deck. It's also got the attack Speed Wing for 120 damage for 3 colorless energy. So this card is very good at accelerating energy to your Pokemon. You need to play 4 because you want to maximize your consistency. And then we are playing the single strike build, so we are playing 2 Stonejourner. Stonejourner has 130 HP. It's a fighting Pokemon, which is really relevant because there is a deck in the format called Miraidon, and your weakness is lightning, so this is strong against your weakness. So it's a single strike basic Pokemon with 130 HP, which is also relevant versus Lost Box because their Cramorant Spit Innocently can't knock it out, as well as their Sableye. They can't put 12 damage counters on this and knock it out, so it's very good versus that matchup. Has the Lampulse attack for a colorless, and its fighting energy does 30 damage. If a stadium is in play, this attack does 30 more damage. And then also has the attack Giga Hammer for 2 fighting energy, and a colorless, it does 120 damage. And during your next turn, this Pokemon can't use Giga Hammer. So this is very good for knocking out your opposing lightning Pokemon, as well as any basic Pokemon that are in play that don't have a ton of HP. And then we've got the Tyranitar V here, probably one of my favorite arts in the deck. Tyranitar V is a basic Pokemon, 230 HP. It's dark, which is very relevant in this format versus a lot of the psychic decks, Mew, VMAX, and Gardevoir. It's got the Cragalanche attack for a dark energy and 2 colorless, does 60 damage, and also discards the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck. And then it's got the attack Single Strike Crush, which is 2 dark energy and 2 colorless, 240 damage, discard the top 4 cards of your deck. So it's very strong, can hit high numbers. It can max at 320 with 4 single strike energy, so it's really good. And versus the Gardevoir matchup, it can knock out opposing Gardevoir VMAX, or not VMAX, Gardevoir EXs relatively easily. And then for the other Pokemon, we've got 2 Lumineon V. Has the ability Luminous Sign, allows you to search your deck for a supporter card when you put it onto the bench. You can't attack with that this format, unfortunately, so it's pretty much stuck on the bench unless you play cards like Thornton or Collapse Stadium to remove it. And then we've got 1 Radiant Zarina. She's got 140 HP, so It's fairly respectable in this format, especially versus Lost Box. It has the ability Elegant Heal. Once during your turn, you may heal 20 damage from each of your Pokemon. So kind of helps you mitigate the sprinkling of damage from your opponent's Sableye and or Greninjas. So this card's very good. And then we've got one Pumpkaboo. So Pumpkaboo has a Pumpkin Pit ability. When you play this Pokemon from your hand, to your bench, you may discard a stadium in play. So very good for getting rid of opposing stadiums such as Temple of Sinnoh or Path of the Peaks. So for the supporters, we've got 3 Professor's Research here. I use one of my favorite arts for each of these Professor's Research. I kind of like how that looks in the deck. So discard your hand, draw 7 cards. Pretty standard, pretty basic. We've got 2 Gusting cards, Boss's Orders. Boss brings up one of your opponent's Pokemon into the active zone. And then we've got 1 Serena. Serena, you know what she does, discard up to 3 cards from your hand, draw until you have 5, or you can gust up a Pokemon V. And then for the other supporters, we've got 2 Professor Burnett. I was playing one of this, but there's been games where I have a hard time getting to my Archeops. She says, search your deck for up to 2 cards and discard them, then shuffle your deck. So she's very good for getting Archeops in the discard pile early on. And then for the other supporters, we got 1 Judge. Just one of these. Wasn't finding that I was needing this in most matchups. It's very good versus the Lost Box matchup, but you have a pretty easy time versus Lost Box if you can utilize your regenerative energies in your Radiant Arena. And then 1 Thornton. This card's for getting out of the Mawile lock, so you won't get trapped in the active spot. Its ability is choose a basic Pokemon in your discard pile and switch it with one of your basic Pokemon in play. So that's my supporter lineup. We've got 10 supporters. And then for the trainer cards, for the item cards, we've got 4 Ultra Ball. We've got 4 Capturing Aroma. This allows you to search your basic and or evolution Pokemon. Ultra Ball, you know what that does. Searches for any Pokemon by discarding 2 cards. And then we've got 2 Nest Ball. So that's our Pokemon search cards. And then for the remaining items, we play 3 Urn of Vitality. This card shuffles 2 of your single strike energies back into your deck. So it's very good for recycling your single strike energies for reuse with Archeops. And then for the stadiums, we play 3 Mesagoza. Mesagoza is really good. Once during each player's turn, that player may flip a coin. If heads, that player searches their deck for a Pokemon and reveal it, then puts it into their hand. Sometimes this card is not so great when you play it turn 1 because your opponent gets to use it, but sometimes you have to use it turn 1 just to set up your field. So it's very good. We kind of need maximum consistency in this deck, because if this can't get the Lugia V-Star online early on, you're kind of losing the game. And then we play 1 Collapse Stadium. This card's good for getting your Lumineon Vs off your bench. And then for the energy cards, we've got 4 Single Strike Energy. This card applies an extra 20 damage. So your Tyranitar Vs can hit for a lot more. Same with your Stonejourner, so you get 20 extra damage for each Single Strike Energy attached. And then we've got 4 Double Turbos. Double Turbo, access to energy, reduces the attack by 20. So kind of cancels out the Single Strike Energy. Then we've got 2 V-Guards, buffs your guys from taking Pokemon V hits. They take 30 less damage. And then we've got 2 Gift Energies. When a Pokemon with this equipped to it is knocked out, you get to draw until you have 7 cards. And then we've got 2 Regenerative Energies. This card's kind of cool. It's good versus the Lost Box matchup. As long as this is attached to a Pokemon, it provides a colorless energy. When a Pokemon from your hand evolves into a Pokemon V, this heals 100 damage from that Pokemon. So It's very good for healing off your damage on your Lugia. For if you're set up early game, you attach regenerative energy to your Lugia. They try to hit with their cram. This can kind of counteract that by healing 100 damage once you evolve into your Lugia V-Star. So that is that for my deck profile. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is my first video for this content on this channel. But if you guys liked it, be sure to subscribe. There'll be plenty more. But yeah, that's about it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed that video. And yeah, that's about it. I'll see you guys later. Peace.